Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it's DuckTales for the Nintendo Entertainment System, which came out in 1989, 1990 if you're in Europe. Game's plot is pretty simple. You play as Scrooge McDuck, you have to go around the world, find five legendary treasures, and become the richest duck in the world. That, of course, is going to be anything but simple, because this is, after all, a Capcom-developed game. Yes, this is a time when Capcom made games based on Disney properties from the late 80s and early 90s. This one definitely got the video game treatment, and it actually got it rather well, I might add. We have 3 difficulties you can choose from. Easy as well, easy. Normal as well, normal. And difficult is like normal, except you can't find invulnerability power-ups. They're replaced with food. Doesn't really seem to be that much harder, though. But to give myself a chance, I'm going to play it on normal. And as soon as I press start, away we go to the land select screen. You have 5 lands you can choose from, and beat in any order that you want. Each land contains a specific treasure at the end that you have to beat the boss in order to get. These treasures are as follows. There's the Amazon, which has a scepter. There's Transylvania, which I'm assuming is a gold-plated mirror or something. I can't really tell what that is. There's the African Mines, which has a rare diamond. Himalayas has a crown. And the moon has green cheese because that is supposedly what the moon is made out of. Again, you can beat any of these lands in any order that you want. And yes, there is a 6th and final land that you have to go to when you beat all 5 of them. As if you couldn't see that coming a mile away. Spoiler alert. I'm going to go to Transylvania because, well, it's going to show off the controls rather interestingly. Now notice what I'm doing here. I'm actually bouncing up and down like I'm on a pogo stick. To do that, you have the B in the air, then you have to hold down and the B button. Keep holding it down, and you can just keep bouncing around. You have to use it to defeat enemies. You can't just jump alone. You actually have to use the pogo attack. And we found Webby. We'll be finding Webby and Huey, Dewey, and Louie throughout the game. If you go up to them, you can find some pretty valuable information. Huey's been kidnapped, save him. Well, that's not going to take very long. You may be noticing diamonds that I'm getting from enemies, or just popping out of thin air when you reach specific areas. There's the Beagle Boy right there. The small diamonds are worth $2,000, and the large ones are worth $10,000. If you find a diamond with a red outline around it instead of a yellow one, it's worth $50,000. Anyway, we've rescued Huey, and he tells us that his house has a fake wall. Yes, I'm going to translate that for you because I can. And I'm going to go to the left here because, well, we can actually find another M plate. This is your invulnerability in case you couldn't already tell. It only lasts a couple of seconds, but it's still pretty useful. You may have noticed that I was actually swinging this ball into the mummy ducks. To do that, first you have to walk into it and then keep on walking that direction. You will have Scrooge standing like this, like he's about to use a golf putter. Keep holding that direction down, press B, and he'll swing it. This can be used to open chests and interact with a few other objects as well. You can also defeat the mummy ducks this way. And here's the illusion wall, or fake wall, that one of our nephews was talking about. Inside this chest is a little starburst. This little starburst refills all of your health and adds 1 to your maximum health. So we're now up to 4 units of health. The maximum you can have is 5, and thankfully we will be finding the other unit pretty soon. When you use the golf swing on this rock, it actually goes diagonally. Usually if you use it on other blocks or something, it just goes up a little bit and then just lands on the floor and breaks. But this rock goes diagonally, and that was rather well timed. Hit that enemy just like that. inside that chest was a Scrooge McDuck doll. That gives us an extra life. There's not that many in the game, so you want to be very careful. And believe it or not, you can use the golf swing on these suits of armor. You do not want to be hit by these heads when they come down. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Some of these suits of armor, when you hit them with the golf swing, they contain treasure chests. When that happens, hit them with the golf swing again, and you'll open the chest. Unfortunately, all the chests contain cakes. There are two kinds of health power-ups you can get in the game. There's the ice cream, which refills 1 unit of health, and there's a cake, which refills all of them. And this one's gonna have a cake in there as well. Okay. Let's get back to where we were. There are some other paths that I'm not taking, but those lead to more treasure, and well, I don't feel like taking them. Don't go up to this mirror, you'll just go back to the beginning. The left mirror took us to that area with all the suits of armor. The right takes us to the end. Now in this area, you want to be very careful because these ghosts will track you, I think, vertically. And they'll keep popping up as long as there aren't any on screen. As long as you can keep them on screen, you won't be massacred by the ghosts. And here's Magic of the Spell, which is the boss for the Transylvania area. You have the pogo stick on her 5 times to beat her. And I couldn't hit her that time. She can fly in one of 3 heights when she transforms into a bird. And that's basically going to be random. Apparently I'm getting the middle height the entire time. Come on, Magica. Are you kidding me, Magica? Stop with the... Nah. Wow, this game does not want to cooperate with me today. And I'm about to die. There we go. When she's at the low height, it's rather ideal. At that high height, yeah, you're not going to be able to reach her. And that middle height just... Apparently you have to get under her twice. Kinda. To get her to act like you want her to act. Maybe she does it at random, I can never tell. But it seems like whenever I get close to her, she does this. No, it's at random then. Alright. You want to wait for her to stop flashing before you hit her with the pogo attack. She takes 5 hits to kill, and if I can do this without dying, this would be really good. You may have seen me avoid all those zap attacks. Want to be at a good distance in order to do that. That way you don't get overwhelmed. And you definitely don't want to hit her right after she's made her way down as well, because, well, the results probably won't be very good. There we go, 5th hit. Treasure chest appears, there's a little gold-plated whatchamacallit, and I can finally clear the stage. I get extra cash depending on how much time I have. And that amount of money you got in that stage, well, it gets tallied up, and you're able to move on to the next one. Apparently we have 1 Huey and 2 Louies. Either we ran out of colors to use, or the Japanese Capcom developers had been on a Huey Lewis kick. I couldn't tell you. Anyway, we have 4 lands left. We can't go back to Transylvania because we've completed it. So let's go to the Himalayas. This one's rather easy. Kinda, assuming you know what you're doing. Chests will always show up out of thin air, so will diamonds and other power-ups, so just leap around everywhere, and I managed to glitch that bunny over there. That's amazing. Careful with the goats. You want to hit them with your pogo attack as they come down. It is all too easy to accidentally touch the side of them as you're trying to hit them with a pogo attack. and accidentally lose a unit of health, just like I just did. Also, you don't want to pogo into the ground because you will get stuck and you have to jump to get your way out. This can prove a little dangerous if you don't expect it. There we go. I was hoping the next enemy I had would give me a food pickup. Leap in here, another 1-up. Here's Launchpad New Quack. He shows up in some of the areas. Go to him if you want to change your mind and go to another land. Of course, if you do that, you lose all the money you've collected so far. So make a habit of exploring the stage and getting used to one whenever you choose one. Game is rather unforgiving. It took me 2 hours to beat this legit on Thanksgiving night, rather Black Friday night, one of the 2 nights, and this game gives you 3 lives and no continue, so you better be careful. Anyway, we talked to Huey. Bubba's trapped in the ice, please help him. And it's imperative that we do so. Invincibility power up right there, we're gonna need it for this. Makes getting past the icicles much easier. Wow, that usually doesn't happen to me. Swing this little steel canister to the left, and then pogo onto the block of ice up there, and then pogo on it. You'll free this guy. He will open the wall, open the chest, and you'll get the other starburst of the game. Now we're up to 5 units of health. These icicles will fall down when you get close enough. At least you don't have to be exactly under them to get them to fall. Just kind of close to them. Want to be careful of the spiders as well. Gonna duck here so this guy doesn't hit me. This guy will lower down to where you are. There's another invincibility plate in case you need it, but we're not going to. And as I was saying, the spiders drop down to where you are and try to hit you out of the air if your timing is not the best. And now it's time to go up the rope here. Want to be careful here because there is a spider. There we go, good. Kind of like in Mega Man X1. Jump straight up. And you'll stop sliding around the ice. Want to be careful of that spider. We got the Hucky Ducks. These guys will take these little ice blocks that we can break with our pogo attack and shoot them at us. They're not very menacing at all. And that was a food item in case you didn't catch that. Anyway, you want to climb up and drop down to here as soon as possible to avoid being hit by that boulder. There's another Beagle Boy, but he's not really useful for anything. And there's, aside from that chest, there's really nothing over here. Get another jewel here. Want to be very careful because as soon as you get above that platform, it's going to start moving. No time for cake. Whew! That takes some practice to get down. And here's the second boss, the boss of the Himalayas, the Yeti. Wait for him to jump in the middle after he's hit the wall and cause all those snowballs you have to dodge to come down. And then pogo stick him when he hits the middle of the screen. He's got a very easy pattern. The snowballs are the only problem that you're going to have to deal with. But other than that, another easy boss. And there's the crown, and we got some more money. It's always a good thing. Alright. Well, I'm all set to take care of the rest of the game, but we're gonna have to wait until the next video to do just that. So, until then, this is Prince Watercress, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!